Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. Examine your own actions in a breakup. Examine your own actions because, let's be real, if you've dealt with enough women, if you dealt with one woman, you've probably been through a breakup. Every man has gone through it unless, that very first woman they met. You get very, very, very few that first woman they met, they still with. All right? But the overwhelming majority of us have gone through some type of breakup. And you know what? It's easy to blame the woman. And she might have done a lot of stuff, but hold up. Examine your own actions. Let me use an example. I knew this guy, he had a woman who he said was always cheating on him. Always cheating on him. I mean, that's deeper. I ain't gonna get deeper into it. I'll just say that much. And I looked at him. I asked him one question. One question. It's like, why you keep going back to her? Because that's his action. He keep putting up with it. He kept going back to her every single time she cheated. That was his issue. Now I ain't saying she was good or anything. And, you might go through a breakup for whatever reason. She might be doing some trifling stuff. She might be doing some shady stuff. Whatever. Okay, that's good. But remember, you're there. Did she hold a gun to your head? That might be it. Or you might have done something. And indeed, you might have done something. You might have taken some actions that caused the breakup. Whatever. See, you can't control her actions. You can take those into considerations. You can learn from them. But remember, you were there. Why did you stay with that woman? You saw she was acting trifling. You stayed with her. Well, that was your action. And then that's one of them. That's one of them. No matter what she did, what did you do? You might have been doing some stuff. You might have been ignoring her. You might have been the one that was cheating. You might have been doing something. See, you want to examine your own actions because you can't control ultimately another human being. You can't control her. You got some guys think they can control her, but that you got to look at yourself. All you can control is yourself. Shoot. And I can use myriad examples. Whatever the case, all you can do is look in the mirror and say, okay, what did you do? What did you do? Or, it could have been something like you missed something. Like she could have been cheating, but you missed the signs of it. You need to do that for yourself. So next time when you see that, you learn from that. The next time you see those things, you're not going through the same thing. And I know some guys will probably be like, no, she did this, she did that. I was innocent. No, you weren't innocent. You weren't innocent because you sat there and took it. You were dealing with her. That's all you can do. I remember there was that movie, Diary of a Tired Black Man, that came out a couple decades ago. And, the woman, she was trifling. She was trifling. But then at some point, the man looked at himself and said, hold up, why was he dealing with her? Oh, she was fine and something. That's something you might have to look at. I don't know. And like I said, it could be whatever. See, when you look in the mirror, then you can see what's up. You can see what's up no matter what she did. And she might have done some stuff. And yeah, you want to take that into consideration. You want to learn from that. So when you see those actions again, you know what's coming. Like say the woman was cheating on you. And she was constantly cheating on you. She was doing certain things. Then when you get in the next relationship, you know to find it. You know to look for. But what if you don't learn from that? What if you say, oh, she was cheating? Then you get in the next relationship, the woman's doing the exact same thing. See, one thing, when you in relationships, you're supposed to learn from it. It's one of the best ways to learn anything. If you get, no matter what, you shouldn't get played the same way twice. I don't care what she did. And then you have to ask yourself, why are you in there? You saw the woman doing the exact same thing as the first 3 women were doing. What do you have to do that's different? What do you have to do? And I don't care who you are. I don't care how innocent you want to think you are. You have to look at yourself. Because when you're talking about a relationship, those are two people. Those are two people. You were there. Did she hold a gun to your head? That means you chose to be there. And like I said, if nothing else, you had to ask yourself, well, why were you dealing with her? Why were you dealing with her? What was it inside of you that even found her attractive? Because even especially in cases where she was doing a bunch of foul stuff, what was it about her that you found attractive? Even if she was fine, you know, got all those looks, got that body or something, shoot, that might have been it. Or you might have been trying to satisfy your social circle or something. Say, yeah, everybody checking her out. Yeah, let me check her out. And shoot, that can happen too. I remember when I was young. There was this young lady who moved in the neighborhood, and all these guys were checking her out. They were like, Ron, how come you ain't knock on the door yet? I ain't gonna lie, she wasn't all that to me. So I was just like, But what if I got in a relationship, and then she did some foul stuff? Who do I blame? Do I blame the guys talking about hit on her? Or do I blame her for doing some trifling stuff? Or do I say, hold up, that was my choice to get there? All right? See, you got to look at yourself no matter what. You got to look at yourself, because that's the only thing you 100% control. You don't control that woman's behavior. If she trifling, she trifling. If she crazy, she crazy. But why are you there? Why are you dealing with her? That's something. And see, I'm just talking about situations where she might have did something and you might not have done something. But then you might have been trifling. You might have been the abusive one. Yeah, you got to look at yourself. You have to be honest with yourself and say, hold up, this is what I'm doing. You might have been the one constantly cheating, and she just couldn't take it anymore. You had to look at that. You had to look at yourself in the mirror, and you had to be honest with yourself. And you had to be honest to the point of saying, you know what, this caused a problem. I can't be doing this. Because remember what I always say, your main relationship is with yourself. That woman is not holding a gun to your head. All right? She ain't holding a gun to your head. She is not forcing you. You chose to be in that relationship. And regardless of what she does, you have to ask yourself, why did you do it? You gotta work on controlling what you can control, which is yourself. All right? You gotta examine your own actions. I don't care what she did. It's like that example I used. That dude was dealing with the woman he claimed was constantly cheating on him. I was like, well, why was he there? And that's the same thing. That is the same thing. You have to look at your actions, regardless of what she did. Regardless. All right? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I want y'all to really think about that. Because as I always say, your main relationship is with yourself. Because you might go through several women, but the only thing that's going to be the real controlling factor is you. If you deal with 20 women and they broke up with you, the only thing they had in common was you. That's the only thing you can control. I want y'all to think on this, okay? And I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.